Usually I do zombies related challenges in Call of Duty. In fact, I've even done the Origins Easter egg with only my fist, but today we're gonna try a zombies challenge on a different game with some zombies. This video is sponsored by Dying Light 2, who is having their first ever sale where you can get a discount of up to 33% off from now up until July 7th. Link is in the description to go buy the game. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. If you could also do me a favor and leave a like in the video, let's do this, gamers. So today I set out to be Dying Light 2 with only my fist because my last brain cell died a long time ago and the only thing left is the urge to fist. The story starts out in the year 2036, 15 years after the fall of humanity due to a mutated virus. We nail some epic parkour in West Virginia and I was praying for my mountain mama not to fall to my death. We then meet our big homie Spike, who is like a father figure to us, and in his own words, he's pretty fucking awesome. His job is to run us through our tutorial stuff like jumping, searching dead bodies and search for loot, drinking some flat beer, you know, all the good stuff that your dad does with you. We are then directed towards a radio tower because Aiden, our main character, is on the search for his little sister. Spike has a lead on someone who can help us find her, so we head up to the radio tower with a nice beautiful view as the sun goes down. Along the way, I bash in the skulls of our first few zombies who owed me some fantasy football money. At this point, I'm kind of feeling confident actually, and oh shit, please no, mommy, daddy, this is not very cash money no more, please help me. Let's just walk as quietly as we can past the Reddit users and let's continue our climb. We eventually get to our broadcast station and need to turn on a generator. Sounds easy enough, it's a nice beautiful place out in the wilderness. Oh my god, what the fuck is that thing? Please, I need an adult. No, I don't want to do this anymore. After running away for longer than I'm proud to admit, I was finally able to sideswipe this boss zombie and get a few strikes in on her. After a while, she kinda just ended up headbutting me, and I'm assuming broke her own spine because it died immediately after. You know what, a win's a win, and I'll take it right now, to be honest with you. So now we go turn on the power and head to sleep. We then have a PTSD flashback of us getting ripped away from our sister, getting injected with some lean, and then this hospital burns to the ground, as it always does. You know, that's just a normal day, isn't it? Obviously, in the fray, we lose track of our sister and then wake up. I ring the informant on the radio, and after calling him Big Daddy a few too many times, he tells me to meet him in some tunnels and hung up. Weird way to start a friendship, but I'm all about that life, you know? Oh, by the way, if you think this challenge is a little too easy, it took me over 2 actual minutes to kill 7 zombies with my fist at the very start of the game, and they only get stronger from here on out. It's like slapping a gorilla with a used napkin. You're probably going to get your face, legs, arms, and genitals all ripped off. Even though I'd enjoy all of those to varying degrees, we kinda still have to move on with the game. So with that said, we do some sick parkour and I make my way into the tunnel to come face to face with what can only be described as the single beefiest thing to ever exist. Luckily, the guy that we came here looking for saves us from our fresh zombie bite by getting kidnapped and being absolutely useless. Again, great way to start a friendship. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's why I then made my way through some vents, found the guys that kidnapped him, and fucked up their entire existence by ending their existence. But as soon as we think the coast is clear, the informant hands us an electronic key and some instructions before getting choked and thrown around by our big bad guy named Waltz. Man, I wish Waltz would throw me around like that. Anyway, so yeah, the informant gets stabbed a lot, and we escape into the tunnels into a church-looking area where immediately we get hung because we're new and we have a fresh zombie bite on us. As we're about to die, a kind French-sounding man named Hakan cuts us down and carries us back to his home. Understandably, our character freaks out a little bit and gets hit in the head with a baseball bat for his troubles. Hakan eventually calms us down and we learn that a biomarker is needed to get anywhere in the city pretty much. Basically, everyone in the city is infected and the biomarkers tell you when you're about to turn into a zombie, so essentially people can just kill you. Villador sounds like a lovely city that is definitely going to be at the top of my vacation destinations now. That means our job now is to just follow Hakan for a while as we try to find someone who can help us get a biomarker. We parkour around Villador a little bit, watch as some of the city's police, known as the Peacekeepers, obliterate a zombie on the loose, and eventually make our way to a special chest as night is falling. There's no biomarker inside, but we do find some special electronics with our key that we got from the informant a few minutes ago. Then fuck me, we took too long, so now we need to run like hell as our infection keeps fighting back back at us. We run to an area with some UV lamps which deter the zombies, but we're denied entrance into the area because I don't have a biomarker. Then we run into a zombie who looks like me when there's no dino nuggies in the house. I think we all kind of know that feeling. My ass is so thick that everyone wants a piece and we have to find shelter as all the nearby zombies are chasing us down. This is already getting more difficult because zombies are taking like 15 punches to kill each, and when there's a lot of them, then I need to be careful. Otherwise, I'm ending up as a Philly cheesesteak. Eventually, as we get overwhelmed, Hakan's friend named Killian opens his door just so he doesn't have to step over our dead bodies in the morning. What a lovely guy. And he also doesn't have a biomarker, so he's absolutely fucking useless. How lovely. So because Killian is absolutely useless, we now need to head to a old hospital to see if they've got one. Of course, because the hospital in a zombie game, this shit is spooky and is crawling with undead. Now, what's a man to do in this situation? Some sick ass parkour, bro. That's what. No apocalypse is gonna stop me from getting my shred on, brah. We then find out that Hakan has had at least 3 wives, kind of like Ultimus Nikolai. I found that really funny, actually. What a stud muffin. Then we sneak by some zombies, find an elevator to help us get to the biomarker storage area, and it falls down a few floors. Well, shit, there's a big beefy boy on us again, but don't worry, he heard his mom telling him dinner was ready, so he ran away. A few seconds later, I tried sneaking by some more zombies, ended up waking at least a dozen of them, and spent the next 2.5 minutes fighting them off. Once those were taken care of, the big boy came back, and we used the power of our sister telling us not to be a chicken to kick open a locked door. Sounds like that would work for anyone, honestly. Inside, we find an inhibitor in order to keep our infection at bay for a while and regain some of our strength. I then made my way back to Hakan, who threw a biomarker on my wrist, which then of course immediately told me that I needed to run into the light because Thick Boy is chasing us down, and if I'm in the dark for too long, then I will become a zombie too. Thick Boy doesn't like the light, so he ran away to keep browsing anime forums though. After that, me and Hakan agreed to work together and have a manly embrace that sadly didn't involve any of the kissing of the homies. What a big Sag moment. Once you get to this point in the game, the world really starts to open up and there's a lot of side quests. It's open world, there's a lot of people to interact with, there's zombies everywhere. It's actually a really fun game, honestly, and I played a lot more than I showed in this video. And once the world opened up, I probably spent about the first hour of my time in it just beating up homeless people. And look, I know that sounds bad, but in my defense, they looked at me weird and they were talking about some shit that sounded like voodoo. So you know what, they had to go. And then I kind of had some karma hit me because I started another mission, and as soon as I did, I immediately got jumped by pretty much every special zombie that was in the city and immediately died. Which was scary, but also cool because I thought that the challenge would maybe be just a little bit tedious. I could get through it if I put in the time and the patience, but nope, this was going to be way more difficult than I actually thought it was going to be. And in this video, I only showed maybe the first 3 hours of gameplay. There's probably another 35 to 40, and some people I've heard say that there's up to 100 hours of more gameplay if you do a lot of the side quests, so like, I don't even want to know what's waiting for me later on. It's actually a really long game, and like I said, I don't want to spoil anything else, so remember, if you did like the video, then check out Dying Light 2, where you can get up to 33% off until July 7th on the game. Thanks to them for sponsoring this video. Go check the link in the description. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.